The ghost of the giant Oh, no, not her. No. Yeah, that thing. The ghost of the giant pumpkin. Weighing in at over 2,700 pounds, this ghastly gourd used to be the centerpiece of the town of Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. And don't Google it, because it's fake. But one night, just days before the All Hallows Eve parade, an unidentified townsfolk took a scoop out of the giant pumpkin to make themselves a pumpkin pie that they didn't even share. The audacity. Anyways, the pumpkin didn't make it to All Hallows Eve because it was just rotting at that point. But still, its ghostly corpse still roams the earth, and whoever touches it is cursed to a cornstalk, where you're transported to a Halloween-themed dungeon where you're forced to talk about 90s TV shows made for kids. A fate I don't know that I can survive. Well, let's just see how I do. What's up, guys? Lou here, and today I've been trapped in this Halloween-themed dungeon that is extra spooky by the ghost of the giant pumpkin. That's right, pretty fucked up situation I'm in right now. But today I'm joined with my good buddy, Roger. Say hi to Roger, everybody.
What's up, guys? Yeah, my name's Roger. Hey, has anyone ever noticed that life is just kind of like this insignificant thing and you can't stop time to enjoy the sweeter moments and you just gotta keep moving?
Dude, can you stop harshing my fucking mellow, dude? I'm trying to make a video here. God. I'm being nice to this guy and he's acting like a total dick. You couldn't make a better first impression? Like, it's kind of fucking weird. Also, why do you have a gun? But today, I have been locked in this extra spooky Halloween-themed dungeon to talk to you about some books. Mainly a book series from my childhood, as well as a childhood before mine. Goosebumps. But who wants to talk about books? Let's just talk about the shitty TV show that came after it. And it looks like I'm stuck here indefinitely because, well, I don't want to make any sudden movements. But regardless, let's just get this over with, shall we? Here's Goosebumps. Goosebumps is a Canadian kids show from the late 90s, based on the short horror novels by author R.L. Stine. For the time, the book series was an instant hit. Selling millions of copies in the early 90s, R.L. Stine became a millionaire overnight. Yeah, check this completely legitimate resource out. My man made bank. Damn. As a kid who grew up in the late 2000s, my knowledge of Goosebumps stems from seeing reruns of the show on Cartoon Network. Camp Nightmare was always a personal favorite, as well as The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. But to be honest, none of this show has aged as well as I thought it would, but honestly, that was probably just me being hopeful. But this show ultimately made me appreciate horror like I never had before. The Goosebumps show was the reason I watched classic horror movies such as Psycho, Friday the 13th, Child's Play, Scream. Within a year of discovering Goosebumps, I caught the horror itch. And I'll forever appreciate this show for leading me to the horror rabbit hole that turned me into the fucked up man I am today. So why not go back and reflect on some of these old Goosebumps episodes that I remember from my childhood, because I've got a lot to say. It's bad. Horrible, even. Loathsome, conceivably. Terrible, perchance.
Dude, can you actually shut the fuck up and get on with the video?
I'm getting to it. God, you know, you're just really thoughtless sometimes. The first episode I want to look at is a personal favorite of mine from my childhood. I don't know what it is about this episode that stuck with me for all these years, but regardless, it did, and I want to talk about it, because I've got a lot to say. So without further ado, here's How to Kill a Monster. Our story begins with two recently appointed step-siblings, Clark and Gretchen.
Oh, great, my allergies.
They get dropped off at Gretchen's grandparents' house, which looks like to be the ass crack of Louisiana, and immediately Clark starts complaining about his allergies.
Look around, Gretchen. There's nothing but mosquitoes and frogs. I bet the alligators don't come this far out of town.
Jesus, dude. I get that allergies can be a bitch, especially mixed with that swamp ass, but can you calm down for a fucking second? The moaning helps nothing. Honestly, I'm with Gretchen, man. At least get to the house to check if they've got AC.
There it is.
Okay, immediately looking at that place, they do not have AC. You are fucked, man. You're just gonna have to suck it up, Clark.
What was that?
Probably just a frog.
How big do the frogs get around here?
Okay, cut the shit, Clark. Don't start making sense and making me like you. You bitched from the jump, so now I'm mentally programmed to perceive you as the unlikable one. Don't change my opinion. I am so rigid right now, dude.
There is now.
Clark barges into the house after getting spooked by some creepy shit in the woods, and this is where we get a glimpse into Satan's asshole, because what is all this?
I'm going back out to the swamp.
The house is decorated with tons of old animal trophies, with the grandparents nowhere to be seen. Yeah, that's a great mix for child safety there.
Maybe they're in there.
Grandma?
Hey, Grandma. You couldn't greet us at the door? What were you doing?
And this must be Craig.
It's Clark.
Damn, Clark getting hazed, bro.
All right then. Come on, who wants gumbo?
Oh, jeez!
It's Gator. Needs more hot sauce.
Damn, Grandpa. Okay. It's not like this kid is your blood. You're just gonna stick your whole hand into his gumbo in a post-COVID world. You're just bullying this child. This is full-on frat hazing at this point. What a first impression. Honestly, respect. Power move.
Did you hear that?
Clark thought it was a giant frog or something.
What's so funny about that? It's possible, you know. All those creatures out there living in the swamps for centuries, surrounded by slime and weird vapors and stuff.
Damn, Grandpa. What's with the death stare? I get this kid's annoying, but you don't need to look like you're planning to kill him in 83 different ways. Maybe Grandpa's just tuned out. Maybe he's just getting war flashbacks from all the gumbo shits. All that red meat and spices. I know it's a battlefield in your lower intestine, dude.
So maybe some new kind of animal evolved, something we haven't seen before, and it's out there right now.
All right, Clark. Head on over to Yappersville, where you can be the CEO of Yapster over there, okay? Again, he's nonstop bitching, but did you expect anything different from a kid who looks like this in his first time in Louisiana? Does that kid really look like the type to adapt to a bayou? Look at that fit. It screams I get shoved into lockers every hour of the school day. Night happens, and Gretchen gets up, I guess, to get a glass of water. We gotta move this plot forward somehow. She hears a weird noise coming from the room that her and Clark almost went into earlier, but the grandparents get up just in time and warn her again.
I just wanted a drink of water.
Damn, dude, I'm starting to think you're the real threat in this house.
Oh, you sure won't find it in there.
Yeah, you sure won't. That's just
An old storage room full of...
old stored thing.
Bullshit! No. Cue the banjo because we're in the bayou. Now, it's morning time in the bayou. Gotta play banjo. Oh shit! God damn it, Craig. Now I'm starting to call you Craig, alright? I'm a part of the hazing too. Chasing Clark because he's a dick, Gretchen finds a staircase to nowhere. What purpose is this for? Is this some sort of Winchester mystery house bullshit? Anyways, with the grandparents nowhere to be seen, Gretchen looks for Clark some more. Hearing that same noise from the one room the grandparents warned her about, she goes in, thinking it's Clark hiding underneath the sheet.
Okay, that's enough. Let's get out of here.
Justifiably, this freaks Gretchen out like no other, causing her to run out and find Clark outside the room. What were you doing there, bud?
No, Clark, you can't go in there.
Clark calls bullshit on the monster head, so they go and check out the room, only for nothing to be in there.
What are they doing?
I forgot about Again?
Yep. They're dead. Well, there goes our grandparents. Come on, man. You're not even gonna let them know you're going out? This feels highly irresponsible to leave them without warning, especially when you're in some sort of Indiana Jones-ass motorbike. Okay, not gonna lie, that actually scared me as a kid. Not now, obviously. Never now. No, not now. Not now. I don't like it, dude. It's a weird, fucked up chicken monster, lizard looking thing. What the fuck? I'm scared. I'm scared for real. That's enough of that shit. Only on the Lou Ryan channel will you get comedy like this. Back to the video. Honestly, the rapid movements of that monster are really unsettling. Honestly, I think it's the reason why I like this episode so much as a kid.
Grab the rail! What? Grab it! Hold on!
That was so fucking cool. Not going to lie, watching this again at my grown-ass age, I laughed very, very hard at this. The way the monster just flattens is so fucking funny to me, dude. Also, props to the dude in that costume because holy shit. Obviously shaken about what's happened, the kids go downstairs, only to find out the grandparents have locked them in the house. Are these fuckers senile? Why did Gretchen's mom or dad think this was a good idea whatsoever? What could these kids benefit learning from these two?
Hey, wait a sec. Look.
Excellent. Maybe there's a key inside.
As they're complaining about what's going on, they find a note left by the grandparents. The note says the grandparents left for errands. I don't know, some bullshit like that. Still calling Clark Craig, by the way.
Dear Gretchen and Craig.
It's Clark.
At this point, I don't think it's hazing. I think these grandparents are just losing it. And while reading that, the monster returns. They engage in a QTE to get the door locked and start throwing as much shit in the gumbo to make it spicy. Yeah, dude, that's gonna work. Throw some more bell peppers and onions in there, you fucking idiot. The monster barges in and immediately starts chowing down. It doesn't even come up for a damn breath. Honestly, it's kind of impressive. Anyways, because of all the spices, this causes the monster to have devastating bubble gut, causing him to implode internally. Hooray. Whatever. There's still 5 minutes left on the time code of this episode, alright? You can't fake me out with a false resolution like that, RL. Our two snot-nosed brats head down to the cellar because Gretchen says they can leave through a coal chute downstairs, which honestly is not a bad idea, so point for Gretchen, I guess. One of the only good things she's done in the episode, you know, considering she released the fucker that's chasing after them.
I did not.
Did too.
Did not. Did.
Clark!
The monster shows up to end this absolute wine fest, and immediately Clark helps Gretchen jump up to the chute. Admirable quality, I must say. I like this character development from Clark. Gretchen can't reach Clark because clearly she hasn't done anything right in this episode, leaving him to one last thing. Punching it in the mouth. Yeah, that's really gonna do something, but maybe want to work on your form there? Damn. Headshot. Clark and Gretchen finally make up, and Clark apologizes for his whining, which honestly is kind of nice. They're now officially brother and sister. Hooray for them.
Allergies. Clark the monster was allergic to you. Cool.
So, it turns out the monster was allergic to Clark because Clark's allergic to the swamp, I guess. No, that's fine. That totally makes sense. That makes perfect sense. They check the note from the grandparents again, and Clark sees something on the back. Turns out they left a PS note. Here, Grandma admits to Grandpa shooting a monster and bringing it back to their house, which is completely irresponsible. There's also a PPS saying there could be multiple outside, especially at night. This cues the immediate nightfall and the swamp water bubbling all around them. The end. What a shit show. 1. Why would these grandparents bring this monster back to their home? It's not like they're scientists, especially when they know their grandchildren are showing up in a few days. And 2, not scaring them, and a note is somehow easier to digest, you guys are weak. Imagine being at home alone by a guardian you barely know, only for them to tell you there's a monster inside the house. Through a note, I'd shit my pants regardless. Also, the PPS isn't scary. The twist isn't even twisting. We already saw bitch boy Craig transform into Sigma male Clark when he punched that monster and killed it with hay fever. These two have immunity. They can just walk back where they came from and use Clark as a shield. Easy. Problem solved. I have beaten you mentally, RL. Regardless of all the silliness that comes with this show and subsequently this episode, I actually really like the message in this story. The way these two characters are able to overcome their differences, admit their mistakes, and learn from their trauma is commendable, and I can't knock it. It's just cheesy as hell. But other episodes of this show aren't afforded such a message like How to Kill a Monster. They're just dumb. And one of these episodes is titled The Headless Ghost. Roll it! I think I'm motion sick. Our story begins with what is supposed to be the mid-1800s, I guess, but you can't tell what the fuck is going on with these weird choppy-ass edits.
Where are you? If you're here, show yourself.
Alright, so we're introduced to this paranoid schizophrenic kid named Andrew. Andrew is convinced of a ghost in his room. After his mom catches him and becomes concerned for his mental well-being, the ghost arrives, reaching out for Andrew's head. Okay, bro, you have literally every opportunity to juke out this ghost and run away.
What did the ghost do?
We then get to the house in present day, where a tour guide is telling Andrew's story to a group of tourists.
Every night since then, Andrew's ghost wanders these halls. Ow!
Gotcha.
What the fuck? That's kind of fucking weird. Like, that's a toddler. You had to go for the easy prey? That's kind of fucking weird. Not much of a well-earned win, if I say so myself. Kind of fucked up. But you do you, man. Get fucking kicked out. I don't give a shit. So, these two little shits obviously get kicked out, and we learn about our two main characters, Dwight and Stephanie. Stephanie is our tomboy rebel girl, and Dwight is our soft boy who's out of his element.
Excellent. Did you see the look on that little girl's face?
Okay, Steph, you're kind of weird as fuck for that. I don't even know if I want to hang out with you anymore, considering the fact that you just bullied a toddler. Why don't we just go to the malt shop?
I know. Let's come back tomorrow night.
Stephanie wants to go back to the house, but Dwight is reasonably trying to cut his losses.
Are you scared?
No.
That is, until Stephanie calls him a chicken. Regardless, they decide to leave and try again another night. Okay, that is weird behavior. Someone gonna do a background check on this kid? Who the fuck is he? Okay, I guess that creepy kid is stalking them, I guess. Good to know. You should approach them, man. They won't bite. Maybe it's time to come out of your shell. I hope that's what it is, and he's not planning to kill him, because he is looking at him weird.
That a sea captain built this house.
The kids are on another tour the next day for some reason. I don't know how this tour guide is still letting them into these tours if all they do is just fuck around.
Well, I'm glad to see our regulars have decided to behave themselves tonight.
Here, the tour guide reveals the story of the captain, who was the original ghost of the house. We also get a shot of the photo of Andrew. That's insane.
Now's our chance, come on.
The kids get bored of the tour guide speaking fluent Japanese. How is he not watching over these shithead kids, by the way? A decent tour guide wouldn't let these kids out of their sight, let alone return if they regularly do this shit. No way! It's the creepy guy. Again. Dwight and Stephanie get to the captain's quarters and look around for ghosts, I guess? I don't fucking know. This episode barely makes sense.
What?
The head.
Where?
nowhere, you sucker.
Are you gonna fall for every dumb trick tonight?
Okay, Stephanie, honestly, you're really beginning to be a bummer to hang out with. Why are we still here? I just want to go out with our regular friends and not deal with this scary shit. Kids at our school are calling us Ghostbusters now. Do you realize that? We're getting bullied. It's kind of embarrassing. And honestly, I'm currently having a hard time trying to figure out why I'm still your friend. Gosh! Yep, as expected. What did you think was gonna happen?
You have no respect.
Alright, I get being annoyed with these kids, but I feel like you should have known already what their deal is. That's on you. That could have easily been avoided if you had banned them last night when they traumatized that toddler. You knew they were down to do some shit like that, and still you let it happen. So, do I feel bad? I don't.
Respect this, you old grouch!
Don't!
Yeah, I'm thinking that'll be important later on.
Get out of here. Do you want to see some real ghosts?
Oh shit! Looks like the creepy kid mustered enough courage to talk to Dwight and Stephanie. Good for you, creepy kid. I'm proud of you, for real. So this weirdo is named Seth. Seth claims he knows how to show them ghosts, but they have to wait until everyone leaves. Only if they can handle it. Stephanie is obviously excited about the whole thing, while Dwight is obviously petrified.
Maybe tomorrow would be better.
Thinking Seth is bluffing, Stephanie immediately agrees to go, while Dwight is scared. Dwight eventually agrees to join them, probably concerned for Stephanie's well-being.
Shh. We don't want to wake the spirits. Yet.
Yo, can we actually trust this guy? He's kind of fucking weird, man. Seth shows the two kids a room that was not on the tour and tells a story about a boy who was greedy and loved ice cream. So much so that he would get impatient with the dumbwaiter that connected from his room to the kitchen. One day, he was so impatient that he fell down the dumbwaiter looking for more ice cream and fucking died. Yeah, the kid fucking died. Real fun, RL.
Gross. Some say that the boy fell. Others say that he was pushed.
That's just a story.
Stephanie and Dwight aren't really feeling this story, so Seth takes them to the attic, because that's where all the creepy shit happens, I guess. Dwight, just turn around. Stephanie released the curse, not you. You still have an out. When they reach the attic, Seth goes into full serial killer mode. He says he was the ghost of Andrew, and now he needs Dwight's head. Because I guess his doesn't work for some reason, I don't know.
I need your head, Dwayne. I need it too. It won't hurt. Well, maybe just a little.
Damn, dude, okay. This is kind of freaky. This is legitimately a mentally unwell child with bloodlust. This feels far more threatening than anything else I've seen from this episode. Good on this child actor because he's selling it.
What were you expecting? A dish of ice cream?
Yo! It's Andrew, dude! I remember him from the beginning!
Clumsy fool! It's a head, not a bowling ball.
Bro, that's you doing that. Why are you being so mean to yourself? There's no need for that. It's not like it has a mind of its own. I mean, you are the mind. Dwight and Stephanie get freaked out enough for Seth to drop the act and reveal himself as an employee for the tour guide. And guess what? The tour guide is here too. Hooray. Fucking what is this Ashton Kutcher bullshit? Am I watching an episode of Punked? You could have just banned me from the jump. I didn't need this whole fucking lesson from you, dude. Dwight is the first to leave, and when Stephanie reaches for the door, it's immediately locked. Turns out, they were all ghosts. Yeah, including the tour guide and Seth, and then Andrew's back, so good to see you, dude. Seth was the spoiled ice cream kid from before, and the tour guide was the captain who got his heart broken, and Andrew is just some kid who really wanted to see the ghosts. I guess he fucked around and found out. Why am I supposed to care about fucking Coconut Head over here, okay? I'm done with him. You're the least threatening one here if I'm being real. The captain tells Stephanie that she's cursed because she threw that snowball at the door, I guess. I don't know. This is due to her lack of respect, so the captain is going to paint her into a ghost. Well, we got a paranormal Bob Ross over here. This plot point makes no sense because Seth fell down a dumbwaiter and Andrew got his head ripped off from his body. What is the painting thing about? But as Stephanie is being painted, she calls out for Dwight, who's still in the house. Couldn't have timed out the painting of Stephanie a little better, bud? You're just a shitty ghost at this point. Dwight obviously hears it because it's an old house and he's still on the staircase. Dwight throws water on the paint, saves Stephanie, and gets chased out by the captain. Cool, man, cool. Just like the monster from the first episode we looked at, do Goosebumps villains just wait for the kids to get at least 10 feet ahead of them before they start running again? You're a ghost, you should be able to catch them, just saying. You can teleport through walls and dimensions and shit. But yeah, looks like Dwight and Stephanie won't be back. Months later, the house is disguised as a worn out for sale fixer-upper. Guess the tours weren't turning a profit for my guy.
We heard the place was haunted.
Haunted, right? And I'm a ghost. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll be very happy here.
Yep. These old folks are toast. They lived most of their lives, so can't be too mad. Plus, they're gonna be ghosts now. I mean, that looks like it's forever, so good for them. Not really a message with this Goosebumps episode, unlike How to Kill a Monster. I guess it's don't mess with tour guides because they could potentially paint you into ghosts. So, yeah, really teaching the kids the good morals here. Was R.L. Stine a tour guide before he made all these books and just had kids that would constantly fuck with him? Like just two kids that were like, hey, bald dude, you fucking stink. And then he was like, oh, I will write a book about you one day and have it be really shitty. But if you thought that episode was bad, do I have news for you? It gets worse. Much worse. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you what is the worst Goosebumps episode I have ever witnessed. I don't know if it's the worst Goosebumps episode of all time, but it's my personal least favorite, and ironically, my personal favorite because of that. So, without further ado, here's Strained Peas. Our story begins with our two main characters, Nick and Sam.
I could get kidnapped by flying saucers, and my folks wouldn't notice till it's my turn to take out the trash.
Here, Sam warns Nick about how with a new baby in the house, Nick will be forgotten by his parents, to which Nick calls BS, but honestly, this kid is in for a rude awakening because holy shit.
Be very afraid.
Okay, dude, it's not that deep.
Good luck, Nick. Call you later.
Bye, Sam.
Already off to an absolute shit start. This episode was written by someone. They said, yeah, you know what? I'm not completely embarrassed if this goes on live television. And then when someone put it on television, a network approved of it? How does that happen? Earplugs cost maybe $3 at any drugstore. Should have planned for this earlier.
Doesn't she ever sleep?
After being woken up by this noise, Nick goes to help his newborn sister. How is he the only one up? This kid is like 13. These parents don't give a shit, bro.
I suppose you need changing again.
Anyways, the baby immediately pukes on Nick and his mother scolds him for being up.
Oh, she didn't do it on purpose, honey.
Wanna bet?
It's the next day and... I'm sorry, what kind of experiments is Nick doing here? Is he drug testing mice? What 90s science fair bullshit is this? Is he testing cocaine on mice? Does he have a coke mouse? I thought they did this kind of shit in labs in the middle of the Phoenix desert to test beauty products. Why does he need all that?
It's the way she looks at me sometimes.
Dude, the baby is a newborn, alright? That's a bit of a reach. Like, I honestly get why Sam is looking at you so weird now.
What do you think, Stan?
Cocaine mouse, we're rock and roll, do rock and roll with the cocaine mouse.
Would you give me a break, you two?
Dude, Mom, why did you turn that shit off? Coke Mouse loves Lynyrd Skynyrd, dude. What the fuck? Anyways, Nick obviously woke up the baby. He didn't expect that.
You gotta call the shots. If you don't, she'll keep playing this little princess game forever.
What are you on? This is a newborn. It's probably still trying to figure out what shapes are. She doesn't even understand reward yet.
Grace? Sam, look at this.
Look at what?
Grace spelled out the words only me.
Yeah, right, Nick.
Dude, Nick, you did that to yourself. What purpose was there to move the baby? Also, Sam's back was turned. She would have thought you did it to blame Grace, because she has no proof Grace did it.
Got a blast. Later, Nick.
Justifiably, Sam leaves Nick's house angry because her best friend is a fucking weirdo. Nice trip, Nick. See you in the fall, you fucking idiot. Aw, sick, dude. You watch F1 too? Bro, Monaco is gonna be insane next summer.
Go! Your history, big brother.
Wow. I mean, the scariest thing about this episode is that the people who made it were actually given a job in the entertainment industry, am I right? Not a smart thing to do.
Nicholas, what in the world? It's 3 in the morning.
The parents catch Nick and Grace in the middle of their remote fight, and they obviously blame Nick for what's going on because he has shit all over him.
If you're not going to tell me the truth, we've got nothing to talk about.
The next day comes around and Sam's back, I guess as a pity move to give Nick one last chance at friendship, to which Nick absolutely ruins when he claims to have found a binky in the kitchen, claiming it as evidence. What? That could have just dropped out of a baby's mouth when one of your parents were carrying her. It's not that good of evidence.
I gotta go. I'll see you at school, okay?
Sam is growing increasingly tired of Nick's bullshit and leaves. Yeah, serves him right, honestly. He goes back into Grace's room and confronts her with the binky, which honestly plays out like this kid is schizophrenic.
Soon I'll be the only one. Ha!
Oh no. Regardless, Grace talks, Nick catches her talking on tape, and then this happens. I mean, that doesn't even warrant a reaction. Nick attempts to show his parents proof of the baby talking through the tape, but the baby was able to corrupt the audio because sorcery powers. Who gives a shit, man? But yeah, the parents are becoming increasingly afraid of Nick, and for good reason. This kid is fucked up.
But she talked! I heard her, I recorded it! That thing is not our baby!
Nick goes back to his room only to find it completely turned upside down and his homework destroyed.
I don't get it. She ate my math book.
Let me get this straight. A baby with no teeth, a newborn, chewing up homework like a dog. Need I say more?
You're not getting away with this. Ow, my finger!
Oh my god, dude. What is going on? Also, if the baby was able to take out a chunk of your notebook, that baby could have easily taken off your whole hand. Consider yourself lucky at this point.
Nick, I think it's time we talked about maybe getting you some help.
The parents enter the room and at this point are done with Nick's bullshit. This kid sucks and they know it, so they start scolding him.
This is great. My parents think I'm crazy.
Your mother and I have had a serious discussion about this situation.
We just thought it would be best if you went to stay with your grandparents for a little while.
Damn. I know he's a handful, but really? Seems a bit excessive.
This is what she wants you to do.
I guess I'd be scared of a paranoid teenage boy who is showing signs of mental illness, especially when they're constantly around my newborn daughter. Can't blame him for that.
Did you call Dr. Campbell? You told him he gave us the wrong baby. Now he wants to meet us down at the hospital.
Tonight?
I told him we'd be right down.
They leave Nick at home with the baby to go talk to the doctor about what they just heard and, I guess, rearrange a baby swap with the other parents. I don't know. Also, why is Nick being left alone with Grace at this point? Especially if it isn't even his sister. Why would you not take the baby along with you? Sam comes over to help Nick out with Coke Mouse and gets mad when she finds out one of her CDs was chewed on. Obviously, Nick blames Grace because he's mentally unwell, and Sam is done with his goofy ass, so she's gone.
Bad enough to let your stupid rat in my CD, but blaming it on the baby? That's really lame.
Ugh, now what?
Honestly, at this point, figures. Baby messing with the electrical power line? Sure, man. Whatever. Let's just end this shit. The rest of this episode is essentially a cat and mouse chase between Grace and Nick. Grace messes up the entire house, and she even eats the Coke Mouse.
She ate my gerbil.
No, dude. How are you gonna kill the Coke Mouse? That was my favorite character.
Grace, no!
Alright, who smeared strawberry puree across that infant's face? Shame on you, honestly.
Only me?
Yes! Cocaine Mouse lives. Looks like Coke Mouse clutched the gulag. The parents eventually get back from whatever they were doing with that doctor and apologize to Nick for the whole thing. No explanation for why they forgive Nick all of a sudden or what the doctor said. They clearly had no clue how to wrap this episode up, but honestly, I'm just glad it's coming to an end. Also, wouldn't the parents be at least a little upset? You know, considering the fact that the entire upstairs looks like a tornado blew through? No? Whatever.
So who's got our baby?
So, it's revealed that Grace was born from goblin parents or something. They got these weird goblin hands, but why wasn't Grace a goblin? Did the mom cheat on the dad with a human or something? Whatever, man. Whatever. Regardless, Nick gets to meet his actual new sister and calls her Chloe, and the parents agree to that because I think they just want to forget Grace ever happened to him. I don't blame him. That child was traumatizing. The end. Or is it?
And Big Brother Nicholas.
Could that baby talk and give me some food? None of that mushy junk.
You think I'm gonna react to that? I'm good. I'll let it speak for itself. Well, that fucking sucked. What fucking moral was that, okay? Don't give in to the voices in your head. Too late for that. And there you have it. I talked about 3 different Goosebumps episodes today, which means I should be free of any curse the ghost of the giant pumpkin put on me. Isn't that right, Roger?
Huh? Oh, yeah, for sure, dude, for sure. By the way, could you book me an Uber? I'm supposed to see my Tinder date in like 20 minutes.
I gotta stop smoking so much weed. Thanks for watching a Goosebumps time. Please like the vid and also subscribe. Thanks for watching, you know it's true. Thanks for watching, my name is Luke. Thanks for watching a Goosebumps time. Please like the vid and also subscribe. Thanks for watching, you know it's true. Thanks for watching, my name is Luke.